What are you saying, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back here to bring you guys another video today. So in this video, we'll be looking at my weekly watch list, and we've got some stocks from different sectors, all different sectors: energy, banks, airlines, tech sector. We've got it all today. We'll look at those and then we'll dive into those stocks and break them down. Before we get into that, I did want to say two things. First of all, make sure you guys drop a like on this video. I know you guys appreciate these videos. You know they take time. So please drop a like to show your appreciation. And secondly, if you guys are not in the Discord, come and check it out. It's the Royal Trading Academy. The link is in the description below. So again, check out the Royal Trading Academy and drop a thumbs up on this video. Now, for this video, let's start off by looking at the earnings for this week. We're getting into that juicy period of time. So mainly this week it's the banks and the airlines. I mean, tomorrow we start off, there's a few different banks, nothing major. But after close, there is Logitech, so look out for that. Tuesday, we've got Johnson & Johnson, Verizon, before market open. Then after market, we've got Microsoft, also Capital One there. But Microsoft is definitely going to be the big one to look out for there. Then moving on to Wednesday, I think Wednesday and Thursday are the really juicy days of this week. Before market, Wednesday, we've got Boeing, so we'll look at that. We'll start later. AT&T as well, and also note the Nasdaq. Then after close, we've got Tesla. That's going to be a big one, and IBM as well. Now Thursday, continuing, you've got American Airlines, Southwest, and then also MasterCard. And then after close, you've got Intel and Visa, so look out for those. And then going into Friday, we've got CVX, so that is Chevron, and then American Express as well. Now, this last week of trading, this past week that's just gone, was pretty exciting. I mean, let's just jump into it. J Powell got COVID, so that was disappointing to hear. But I mean, just in regards to how the market panned out, Friday was a really positive day. A lot of stocks just rallying, so that was pretty cool to see. And like the introduction says, the last week before the Federal Reserve's quiet period is usually an exciting one. So this was the last week before the quiet period. I think this week is going to be a little bit more quiet. And then the following week, so not this week, but the week after, January 31st and February 1st, there are going to be some meetings. Here we go, some announcements. So we'll have to keep our eyes out for that. But like I said, this week was pretty cool. There was a lot of big moves, especially Friday. I mean, we'll look at that going into the... In fact, you know what? We're going to look at that right now. Yeah, Friday was a big day. Check out SPY Friday. Look at that. 7-point gain for SPY, almost 2%. And even after hours, it was still rising. But yeah, so it went from 388 all the way to highs of 395 and then aftermarket 396. So now let's just jump into the charts, have a look at the stocks I'm watching for this week, and then we can do some breakdowns and some analysis. So where should we start? I think we will start with one of the stocks that is announcing earnings this week. Who else but the great Tesla? Now, you guys might have seen recently, Elon Musk has been saying that he's currently bearish about the market. And you know what, guys? When CEOs of big companies come out and say that they're currently bearish, that's usually the time where we see like a bottom before it starts rallying again. So I'll be intrigued to see if Tesla does push up. I mean, if it does manage to push up, this is a key level to watch, this $167 level. I think it's more about what happens Monday and Tuesday before I, take a look at what I do Tesla. I think Wednesday, during the day, it could just start running because the anticipation of earnings is there. That is something that happens a lot with stocks. But it had a solid day. Friday, gained $6, and it's kind of hovering at this key level right now, around the moving averages. So you just want to keep your eye out on it Monday and Tuesday. In fact, Monday, Tuesday could be the rally, and then Wednesday it slows down. But yeah, I do see a rally coming for Tesla. Previously, I thought it will pull back to these support zones around $110, but it has not. And it's been on a pretty positive move recently. So yeah, Tesla to the upside is what I'm watching. Now let's look at the crypto sector. I told you I got different stocks for you from different sectors today. So Mara, I think this is one of the biggest movers in crypto, if not the biggest. And when Bitcoin runs and the other cryptos run, especially Bitcoin though, Mara does take off. So to show you guys what I mean, end of last year, we ended at $3, and it's doubled since then. In fact, it's almost tripled since then. So it's been a positive start to 2023 for Mara and crypto. Hopefully we see this bull run continue. Look at it trending closer to the moving average there, pulling back to moving average and continuing trending up. So Mara is on my watch right now as Bitcoin is rising, cryptos are rising. And I'm not saying the bear run is over, but there are going to be some bull rallies within those bear runs. and this is one of those bull rallies. So keep your eyes out for Mara, $9 calls, and then if we continue uptrending, then $10 calls before the end of the month. Mara is one where if you catch it, hold tight, because that one does move quickly and it goes. Now let's jump into the energy sector. Let's go with Oxy, ticker symbol OXY. So that's Occidental Petroleum. So again, another stock trending close to the moving average. The EMAs has crossed over. That's the 9 there and the 21. It has started to uptrend as of late, but it's still kind of trading in this channel between like $67 and $63. If we can break out this week, push above 67, I would definitely say my price target is around $70 this week, which is somewhere up here. So this is my price target, $70 for this week. If we can push and break above, last couple of days have been green, and I think now that we're breaking out of this daily resistance zone, we could be looking at the Oxy calls for this week. And the Oxy is another one where if it does start moving, hold on tight, catch it, and ride the stock upwards. But obviously, if you look backwards a bit, you can see Oxy has these nice uptrends and then can sell off very hard. So it's already sold off hard recently. I mean, from November till the beginning of this year, it sold off hard. Now you could see another nice uptrend. It does that consistently, as you can see from the chart. So $70 is the price target for Oxy. Work your way up slowly, I'd say. Take profits. If you have got a bit of a bigger portfolio, you know how to manage risk better, then take it for a swing. Now we're going to go to another stock that announces earnings this week. We are going to go with Boeing, ticker symbol BA. So we're at a critical level. This is one of my top stocks to watch this week. You saw the solid uptrends for months, and now we've just started trending below the moving average again for the first time in ages. See that? We closed below the moving average twice, back to back, which hasn't happened in so long, since October. So what is that telling me? Well, of course, earnings is coming this week, so sometimes your analysis gets blown out of the water. But there are a few small resistance zones just above here, all right? But from where we are right now, we could be seeing the beginning of some consolidation, and that could be consolidation before we break down. At the same time, as we break down, I expect us to drop below this moving average. So $200 is what comes next for me. First $204 was, and then $200 comes next. And if we continue dropping down, looking at the RSI there, curling downwards, bulls losing steam, we could see $197.50 right here, just above this, $197.50. That would be my next price target. And eventually, honestly, we could get down to this level at $190. But really, the price targets are mainly to the downside for Boeing. $204, then $200, then $197.50, and then eventually $190. Those are my 4 price targets. If we can consolidate here and break downwards and we can get in on the puts, this could be a great play. So keep your eyes out for those price targets I just mentioned for BA. Again, earnings is Wednesday. Keep that on your radar. That could affect how the stock behaves in anticipation of earnings. But afterwards, if it does start dropping, you know the price targets, the money is there, just make sure you make the play. Now let's move on to NVDA, the tech sector, semiconductors. Why am I looking at NVIDIA now? Well, it should be clear for you guys to see. Look at this crazy run this year for NVIDIA. On the daily chart, this looks beautiful. You see a resistance level right here, weekly resistance zone, and my resistance level right here. But NVIDIA jumped $10.74 on Friday. Let's look at it a bit more intricately. So why did it do this? To be honest, I do not know. And if NVIDIA can keep running with absolutely no news, this could be one to watch to the upside again this week. Here it is. It just ran with no news. I think NVIDIA is one that you need to just analyze on multiple different time frames right now so you know what you're doing, because it's in a period where it just seems to keep running. I think this year it's up like almost 60%, if I'm not mistaken. But look at this. This is why I say analyze on multiple different time frames. Here, what do you clearly see? What pattern do you guys clearly see with NVIDIA? Here's the shoulders. Here's the head. Here's the shoulders. This is an inverse head and shoulders right here. So more upside potential, and it could continue to break out. This is definitely one stock to watch for this week. If you can catch one of these green swings, so the swings to the upside with the calls, or put swings, so the swings to the downside, you are going to make bank with NVIDIA. One thing to note is, I think NVIDIA's earnings is coming up within the next month, and If you guys remember from last video, I talked about an NVDA insider who sold a lot of his position in NVIDIA, and that same guy, Mark Stevens, sold off another 65,000 shares this week. So I think that was about $10.7 million worth. And in the last month, he sold, I think, $53.8 million worth, which is a lot of shares. So he might know something ahead of the upcoming earnings. So watch for, while these days continue to look good, watch for that downtrend, that breakdown, because I mean, he must know something, but who knows? We might be reading into this too much. And yeah, just wanted to highlight that because that is something interesting to look at. Now let's look at one more stock. Let's stick with tech, but let's look at cloud software now. We're going to go with Snowflake. Another stock in the software sector is CrowdStrike, ticker symbol CRWD. So also check that one out if you don't want to trade Snow. But with Snow, we've been on a downtrend until this week. This week, it's like the end of this week, we saw light. We're at $144 now. 7% gain on Friday. That is immaculate. $135, $135 to $138 is the support. It used to be the resistance, ironically. But yeah, if NVIDIA keeps putting back into this little zone here, watch for it to continue breaking out. It looks good to the upside. It looks very good to the upside. That is the weekly chart. Look at the daily chart. It looks good to the upside, guys. Here we go. Friday's candle looks really nice there, closing above the moving averages, both moving averages. RSI bounced and starts to uptrend. But yeah, I'm looking at this for calls. If we can start trending towards that $160 mark again, that would be excellent. But hey, with Snow, it can also hit this in 2 days. So if you can get a swing like this, that would just be what pays off. Look at this. When it downtrends and it starts getting momentum again, it gets a little bit of a push. Downtrend starts getting a bit of a push. Downtrend starts getting a bit of a push. We've had a downtrend. I'm definitely looking at calls with Snow to the upside. Let's see if we can get that and make some money off that this week. So that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, make sure you guys comment, drop a like I said at the beginning, share these videos with your friends, and subscribe. Hit the red button if you are new around here. It really does help the algorithm in a great way. Also, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. It is great to know your thoughts. And hey, if you haven't checked out the Stock Option Starter Pack, that is a 10 video guide. Link in the description below. You have access to all my videos and you get that private course for $99. And as I mentioned earlier, check out the Royal Trading Academy. That is our Discord. And lastly, check out all my different social medias, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at The Wealth Prince. Check it out. So that's it for today's video, guys. We'll catch you guys in the Discord. I go into making, you go into making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.
Game over.